if y'all have been together for a year and a half and you're talking about moving forward together as a couple and making this something more serious, if a serious relationship is what you're looking for and you're moving in together, then of course you're going to share all financial responsibilities and
Right.
try to make it as fair as possible. I
Right.
don't think he's what he's presenting or what he's suggesting is unfair. It doesn't sound unfair. It feels like to me that she somehow feels like there's a personal attack there, or there's some kind of personal vendetta, some kind of other situation than what it is about her being taken advantage of. For some reason, she's come to that
How
conclusion.
dare you make me share in the responsibilities?
Yeah,
of
I'm
our
sorry,
house.
but that's part of building together. If she wasn't making maybe equally as much, or she, wasn't making as much money than say he was, then I can say that yes, maybe she should pay a little less and he pay a little more. But if you look at both finances and it's, pretty equivalent.
And that's what you mentioned the word fair a couple minutes ago.
Right.
Like it's about fairness.
Right.
Right. And I think couples know when you're talking about finances, I think couples know what's fair and unfair.
Yeah.
Once you've been together and you kind of know what both of y'all make, you know what's unfair.
Yeah.
If one person is paying the bills. Now, again, everybody have different perspectives on this, but my perspective is one person is paying the bills and that person has literally nothing left, and the other person has all this money left from their income. Something's off.
Yeah, something's off. You got to adjust that.
Now, there's some women who feel like, the man should pay everything regardless of the financial situation, and his money is our money and her money is her money.
And that conversation should be had before you proceed on to moving in together.
I never seen. Here's the thing, though. I've never seen a
should be
relationship work, though. I see women say this stuff online. I think it's cool, but every woman who talks that I see,
I don't think it's reality. I don't think it's realistic at all.
I don't know of any relationship in real life that works like that.
Yeah.
I think that most relationships they just work together with what they have,
right,
as a unit. And
Yeah.
I think that what the problem is, there's so much disinformation online. And the reason why I'm mentioning that, I think the girlfriend who's mentioned in this Reddit post is somebody who is listening to that perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's listening to that new school perspective. Like, the new school perspective is like going back to the old school. It's like, well, the man should pay everything regardless, and it's based on this idea of old school. But that was when, we're going back when women were staying at home and not having any income.
Right. Exactly.
So, it's that's crazy, but it's even crazier that they're in their 20s.
Yeah.
And I'm really surprised. I mean, hopefully she smartens up, because I think she would miss out on a really good guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. 28 and you have a house and you paying a mortgage on it. And I mean, that's rare.
Yeah.
That's rare. So I hope she figures it out.
I hope she figures it out, because that's rare. So figure it out, girl. Figure it out. Evolve your mind, 26-year-old girl, or dissolve, because
no, she has to evolve, because that kind of mindset isn't going to work in any kind of relationship where she thinks that she doesn't have to put in an equal amount or a fair amount. You know what I mean? So that kind of mindset isn't going to work in any relationship. So she needs to evolve.
I would say she's not serious. Like, for a woman to say, because I think her perspective is like, well, I'm with my boyfriend. He had a house before I met him, and we've been together a year and a half, and now he wants me to contribute because I'm moving in. But I guess her attitude is like, well, you are already paying everything before I moved in, which is true. But it's like, if you contribute, then we can build.
What are you going to do with your money? Just spend it?
Yeah, she like.
Are you just going to spend it on
she like
decorating the house and lavish and luxurious lifestyle? Now that you got all this money that you don't have to pay bills for,
She just want to pay her cell phone bill and call it a day.
Live a life. She want to live a life. She's like, oh, I'm about to travel.
I'm gonna pay my Verizon bill, and that's it. And I'm gonna travel, and then
when you're trying to combine life with somebody.
Amazon packages coming every day. Timo, not Timo? What's the one? Not Timo. Shein. What's the other one?
Temu.
Yeah. Temu. She about to have packages coming
She
every
gonna
day.
shop
She's
like
like,
a billionaire.
she's yeah, because she had no bills. So what else we got on the Reddit post? What's next? What's
Okay,
next?
This is gonna be the last one.
We're giving advice.
Last one for Reddit. All right, we're giving advice today, y'all.
Yeah.
Because we 10 years
We
in.
10 years in and we know it all.
We've experienced enough. I feel like we can answer these.
That's a fact.
Fairly. Okay, 35-year-old female leaving my fiance, who's a 33-year-old male. Hello, everyone. I'm a mom of 2 beautiful girls, 4 months and almost 4 years old. I've been engaged to their father for almost 5 years. He is drinking excessively. It started to be a problem after the birth of our first daughter. Since then, he has stopped on and off, but never completely. He neglected me and our children. I am a sole provider as well. I do most of everything on my own. He decides to help once a week, maybe. I left his house and moved back into her own house with the girls. She felt instant peace and joy. But at the same time, she cannot stop thinking that we can try harder to make it work. I want him to come live with us, but at the same time, he needs to change everything. Is she going crazy? And she says, what's wrong with me?
Okay. All right. So the first thing that kind of stood out to me is that and again, maybe it's just me, but I don't know anybody engaged for 5 years is weird to me. To me, I mean, honestly, you can't be engaged more than 2 years. Engaged more than 2 years, something is wrong. That's a red flag, in my opinion.
That is a red flag.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if I ask a woman to marry me, I don't see us not being married 5 years later. I don't see it. So I think that's a red flag if you're a woman. Now, did she say in that story, were the kids his?
She did not say.
Assumed? She said
we're gonna assume that they are his.
Say the first paragraph.
They've been together for she's the mom of 2 beautiful girls, 4 months and almost 4 years old.
Okay.
And she's been engaged to their father.
Gotcha.
Yes,
okay.
For almost 5 years.
So that's the first thing. I mean, now what's wrong? I can't really knock her for trying to make it work because, you know, obviously she have 2 kids.
Can't knock that.
You can't knock it.
Yeah.
But the whole engagement for 5 years is a red flag because you have the kids together and the man hasn't married you. Yeah. I'm not talking about the big,
big ceremony.
Yeah, the big ceremony and $100 a plate and all that.
The level of commitment.
Yeah, just the level of being married, just for tax purposes at minimum.
Yeah.
Just the contract.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, to not do that is a red flag. So that's the first thing.
Right.
So, and then the drinking excessively. These are things that evolve that are bad through a relationship. So he obviously has some issues, but her trying to make it work, I ain't mad at it. But I don't know. Again, like if someone is engaged to you and they don't marry you,
I would say this one is it should be dissolved. It should be dissolved because number one, he's not putting a clear effort to making this a family unit. He's there, but he's not doing much.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a drinking problem.
Right.
So I don't think that's beneficial for the children. It's not beneficial for you because he doesn't sound like he's doing much around the house to help. And I don't even know if he's working. Don't sound like he's working either. Yeah. So you're out of the house. Your initial instinct or your initial feeling of moving out of that situation was peace and joy.